What is up, Minglers? I'm back with another part for King's Quest 2. I think this is part 5? Question mark? Maybe? I guess we'll see. It's been a couple days since I played, so I am searching through my memory, trying to remember what we've done. I think I know what's going on. So, we should have the emerald, and we need to use it. Oh, I already have it selected. Need to use it on the snake here.
As you direct the sun's light through the emerald at the snake, you behold a wondrous transformation. Before you now stands a magnificent winged horse.
Thank you for freeing me. A horrid enchanter transformed me into that legless thing after I refused to be his steed.
Kinda sounds like he's trying to be Sean Connery.
That was quite a gamble, to refuse an enchanter.
True, but I could not have accepted, even if I had wanted to. For I am a disciple of the cloud, and can serve no land dweller.
Disciple of the cloud? What does that mean?
First, tell me of what you seek up here.
You take a deep breath, then explain about the Door of Destiny, the gems of nature, and your present quest to locate the growth gem.
So, you seek the air gem?
Yes, that is right. You know of it?
Most certainly. But you will not be able to reach it by any means available to you or any of your kind. I would gladly take you to it, but alas, the enchanter took and hid from me my bridle. Without it, we could search for 1,000 years and still never find the cloud spirit.
Where did he hide your bridle?
I do not know. Perhaps a clue may be found in that blackguard's abode behind me.
What is this spirit you speak of?
The essence of what you seek. It passes through us as we grow, all through our lives, though few are ever aware of it. You will know soon enough when I take you to it.
Why do you choose to serve this cloud spirit?
It is my destiny, and I must fulfill it, just as you must fulfill yours.
I was not aware that I had one.
All of us have a destiny. Some are predestined, others are determined by choice. I believe yours to be of the latter.
You don't have anything else to say to the steed.
So some people have predetermined destinies and others have them by choice. Which is an interesting concept. So I'm going back here because I don't think we read this last year in here. I don't remember.
Has been engraved into the wall.
This is the clue we're looking for.
Inscription. The engraving on the wall reads, "In row of stones that number 6, half and a pair from left do pick. Quell then my spell, avoid the tricks."
Okay, so that means that somewhere there's going to be a row of 6 stones. And we have to choose the correct one that's hiding the bridle. So we're going to go back down to the surface. Get my magic carpet.
You unroll the magic carpet, lay it on the ground, and sit on it. The carpet rises into the air again. The carpet begins to descend.
Okay, so as you may or may not remember, these are not the stones we're looking for. That can be a little bit deceiving. We're going to go over here a few screens. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to use our fancy dancy emerald that we made. Okay, I think it's this one.
You bend over and hold the emerald above the stone so that the sun's light channels through it.
Yeah.
Incredible. The rock has transformed into a silver-studded bridle.
If you do the wrong one, it will kill you. So you do have to be careful.
You take the bridle.
Nice! Actually, I wonder if we can do the carpet here.
There's not enough room to use the carpet here.
Bummer. No matter. We shall just go back. Exercise is good for us, I say as I'm lying down, being a couch potato.
You unroll the magic.
Yeah. We get it, we get it.
As you reach down to get the carpet, it vanishes into thin air without even so much as a puff of smoke.
Welp. Let's hope we don't need to go back down for anything, because if we do, we're screwed. But I could always just restore and redo stuff, but oh well.
You slip the bridle over the horse's head. It whinnies its approval.
Come, climb upon my back.
Alright. I will. Time to go for a ride.
Hold on. This will be a little exhilarating.
Exhilarating!
The disciple of the cloud gracefully soars high into the sky. You grip the reins tightly and hold on for dear life as he swoops and dips between the clouds. After a time, he draws near to a thick patch of luminous mist. As you pass through it, the horse sets itself down, seemingly on top of a cloud.
It is all right. You can dismount now.
Believing that you have finally lost all sense of reason, you dismount and prepare for a very long drop. And find yourself standing on a cloud.
How is it possible that I can stand upon thin air?
He didn't question this in the first game.
Are not the questions you should be asking.
Jeez.
You have come for the Air Gem, or the Growth Gem as it was once named by the ancients. It has not been termed thus without reason, for one who would have the gem as his own must prove himself grown and thus worthy of it.
Meaning, no disrespect.
Cloud Spirit.
Thank you. You must agree, Cloud Spirit, that I am a man fully grown, thus fulfilling your prerequisite.
A howling wind deafens you momentarily, though you feel nothing on your skin. The Cloud Spirit speaks again, a little more forcefully.
It is not enough that you have grown in body. That much is evident. It must be proven that you have also grown in both mind and soul. So on these shall you be tested.
Tested?
Those who bear the burden of king are expected to possess certain qualities. Your actions will be judged against the weight of these. It shall be seen whether you are deserving of your title. It shall be seen whether you are worthy of the Growth Gem.
After a moment of silence, the Cloud Spirit intones,
Behold your first test.
The mist around you clears, and you find yourself in a familiar place. This is Daventry, and furthermore, you are a child again. A slight dizziness overwhelms you for an instant. How strange, you no longer recall anything past this moment in time. It is as if this is happening again for the first time. Even stranger, you are still vaguely aware that you are undergoing a test of some kind, though for what purpose, you cannot fathom. But look, it is Malvolio, your best friend. The two of you are deeply engrossed in a game of bat and ball.
Ouch!
Uh-oh! That sounds like the king now! What do we do?
You there.
Yes?
Yes? Is that how you address your liege?
No, Your Majesty, King Edward, sir. I'm his sire.
Which of you two boys threw that ball? The one that just happened to land on my head?
Okay, so I think this is pretty interesting. So basically, we're given this scenario, something that happened, and we have a few choices of how we can respond. And according to how we respond, the Cloud Spirit will deem us as worthy of having the growth gems. So you have to be careful with how you answer. I don't know, this almost looks like he's holding like a baby or something.
Silence is considered a response equal to impertinence.
Okay, what are friends for? Why any sensible person would do it under the circumstances. Absolute absolution. Partners in crime, or the sacrificial lamb. I've only ever tried a couple of these because I know what the right answer is. Partners in crime, I think, is basically when you're like, oh, it's both our faults. We did it together. The sacrificial lamb is the correct answer, and that's basically you're taking the fault for it, even though it was technically your friend who did it. But I'm a little curious what these others are. Since I've saved, I'm gonna go ahead, well, I don't know, maybe I'll do an extra video and show these extra ones, because otherwise it has to play through a lot to go back and see them. So, maybe we'll see that at another point, but for now I'm just gonna put in the correct answers. If you really want to see the other ones, just let me know and I can go back and show them to you, or, you know, they're probably on other YouTube videos too if you want to see them. Anyway, the correct answer is the sacrificial lamb, so I'm gonna choose that one.
You summon all your courage and speak up.
Your Majesty, if you please, it was I who hit the ball over the castle wall. It was my fault completely. Please do not punish my friend.
The king eyes you carefully. You wonder if you are now in serious trouble.
I would not punish one for something so trivial. However, I will see you play your game elsewhere, away from here.
Yes, sire.
One more thing, my young fellow. You have demonstrated good character today by taking the blame for your friend. The finest knights in this realm demonstrate their compassion by protecting others, even if that should mean putting themselves at risk. I find that to be a rare quality in the many I meet. When you have grown up, I hope to see you again, perhaps in my service.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
It's a pretty weighty thing to say based off of one encounter with a child.
Behold your second test.
You feel yourself growing older, more so than before the tests began. Again, dizziness overcomes you. Your memory of the previous test fades, and in its place, your mind is filled with the knowledge of everything that has since come to pass. This includes, unfortunately, the dreadful misfortunes which have plagued Daventry since the coming of the terrible three-headed dragon. To make things worse, your 17-year-old daughter has been demanded as its latest sacrifice. In return, it will not harm the rest of the population until the next demand. You would go forth to destroy the dragon yourself, but you no longer have the heart for such quests. Never have you felt so forlorn, so frail. You fear that given the choice, you would do anything to rectify the situation.
A charming view. No wonder you come here so often.
You. I will see you hanged for this intrusion. Guards! Guards!
Calling them will do you no good. For even if they come, they will find their king speaking to only the air he breathes.
A pox on thee! Who are you?
My name, my true name, has been heard by none for nigh on a millennium. It is enough that you know me as the Father.
Then say what you have come to say and be gone.
You never were one for small talk.
You cursed my family. As a result, that dragon is now loose upon the land and one of my children was kidnapped.
Now that is not quite the truth.
Do you deny your involvement?
Not at all. It is just that you have omitted so much.
Speak and be gone.
Very well. I want your crown.
You cannot believe what you have just heard. This vile creature has caused untold misery throughout your land for nearly 18 years and has now infiltrated your castle just to ask that you hand over your authority to him? Of all the outrageous...
Is that what this is all about? You want to rule Daventry?
What would I want with a puny little kingdom when in a few short years I will have more power than Legitimor himself? No, I want only the thing you wear atop your head. Your crown. It is an essential part of my plan. Without it, my efforts to prepare for the ascension will have been in vain. I have waited far too long to be deterred from it now.
If you need it that badly, you could have just taken it. You had plenty of opportunities.
Are you completely ignorant of the legends of your predecessors? None can possess the crown of the first king unless it's given.
If you think for one moment that I would...
Before you speak further, consider this. In exchange for what I ask, I shall lift my curse and all that it entails from you and your blighted land. You shall have both it and your family restored in full. Minus your title, naturally.
Your mind reels at these words. For almost 2 decades, a countless number of innocent people have suffered under the afflictions Daventry has had to endure. So many more people would continue to suffer indefinitely, notwithstanding the pain you feel over your own family's misfortune. With a simple statement, you could put an end to it all.
Whew, okay, so, I'm just gonna put this under. Okay, so the first test was pre-King's Quest 1, because in King's Quest 1, Graham is already an adult. The second test is actually from, the scenario is from King's Quest 3, which we haven't played yet. So this is actually pretty important to the story and kind of gives you some insight into like how deep and even in a way how dark the story can get. So we have unconditional acceptance, provisional acceptance, severing the lifeline, pride cometh before all else, and final act of defiance. So in this one as well as the others, you have I think a couple answers that will work. They're not great, but they'll work. You have a couple answers that are just totally wrong, and then you have one answer that's considered the best. So in this instance, the answer that's considered the best is severing the lifeline. Final act of defiance, I want to say that one is King Graham says no, he's not going to give his crown. And not only that, but he like throws himself over the wall and I guess kills himself. So like I said, this can get a little dark. But it's either that one or the pride cometh before all else. No, pride comes before all else. Oh my gosh, which one is that? I can't remember. Unconditional acceptance, he just accepts and is like, okay, you gotta deal. Provisional acceptance, he accepts, but he has a condition. But I don't remember what it is. Sorry, I'm really bad at this. All I know is that the answer is severing the lifeline, so that's why I always choose that one.
To give you my crown would signify a change of leadership, so says the law of this land. It also says that the crown is to be worn only by those with the highest regard and intent for Daventry. So, to give it to such a vile being as you would betray the honor and memory of all the past kings who have worn it. No, I will not do it.
Not even for the sake of your family?
There are some principles for which even one's family must be sacrificed.
The man appraises you as a scientist would a unique specimen.
What an intriguing set of morals you have, King Graham. I almost look forward to the time when you will put aside your obligations here and seek me out. I have foreseen that we shall meet again.
Behold your third test.
Once again, you feel yourself age. You are many years older now, though still, thankfully, King of Daventry. As before, the knowledge of the previous test ebbs from your mind. This time, however, it is filled with a greater knowledge of all that has come to pass thus far. Many years have passed. Your children, once heirs to your throne, have forged their own paths in other kingdoms. Fortunately, chance has seen fit to fill the vacuum. Following the restoration of the Mask of Eternity, Daventry now has a new champion.
How do you feel?
I am deeply honored, sire.
All right. Now, how do you really feel?
Scared out of my wits, sire.
You smile and feel the lines in your face stretch. You hope you'll get used to it when the true time comes.
You know what they've been saying about my decision, that is.
The people question my ability to perform the duties when I have another higher obligation. I believe that I can attend to both with the utmost equity.
You do not deny that this obligation may arise at any moment, perhaps taking you away from this country at a time of great need?
Of course not, sire, but I shall deal with that troll, as they say, when I cross that bridge.
And there is the matter of you not being of royal birth. That does not sit comfortably with some of the nobles.
The qualities of truth, light, and order can shine from even the most impoverished of souls. Nobility is defined through one's actions, not one's lineage, Your Majesty.
You cannot help but smirk. For a man who had once lived as a peasant, he speaks extremely well.
So what I like is the music in this sequence is actually from King's Quest 8, which maybe we'll play later on. But I just like that these remakes have those little things as a nice touch. Okay, so you can pick either Not Tonight or Nighttime. Either is acceptable. The Madness of King Graham is kind of more of an Easter egg than anything else, and it's really funny to those who have played King's Quest 5. But if you haven't played King's Quest 5 and you do the Madness of King Graham, you're gonna be like, what? This is really weird. So I won't do that now because of spoiler stuff and all that, and you know, if you want to move on with the game. I usually choose Nighttime because I know who Connor is, I know what he's done, because I've played King's Quest 8. Again, you could do either, and it's acceptable either way, but I usually do Nighttime.
Kneel. Your sword. By virtue of your bravery, loyalty, and good conscience, I have chosen you to be my first knight. Thus you are my successor and heir to this throne. Arise, Sir Connor of Daventry.
In an instant, you find yourself standing before the Cloud Spirit once more. You also notice that it is starting to get dark.
You have demonstrated your sound understanding of compassion, honor, and loyalty. These attributes transcend the mind and speak of the soul within you. Growth continues unabated throughout the lives of all living things. You have grown much, learnt a great deal, and will continue to grow in all ways. You are judged worthy of the Heir and Growth Gem.
Okay, so let's go ahead and save here. So he thinks that we are worthy to take it, so we're gonna just go grab it awkwardly from his mouth, I guess.
You take the growth gem. As you feel the knowledge of the last test fade from your mind, the cloud beneath your feet begins to evaporate. You'd better get out of here quickly, Graham.
And yes, it will kill you if you stay up here too long. So I'm gonna save so you can see what happens when you don't get on the horse quickly enough.
The cloud has become too thin to support your weight, and gravity beckons. While trying to hang on to your knowledge of the future, you forgot to hang on to something important.
Okay, so let's get back on the horsey real quick before we fall.
Finally, your flight comes to an end. You hope that it will be quite a while before you take to the air again.
Where would you like me to land?
On the ground would be fine.
Take this sugar cube. It will protect against the poisonous growth of this land. Fare thee well.
As dusk sets in and the pallid moon rises above the darkened horizon, you recall the Door of Destiny's words regarding the third gem, through swampy mire, in lone dark castle. Then you remember the great Neptune's disquiet reluctance to speak of Kalima's lord. You sense a growing unease that this final gem may not be the easiest to acquire.
Okay guys, we got 2 out of 3. Should be sensing that we're getting closer to the end of the game now. We're probably over halfway done. I imagine I should be able to get this done within roughly a few more videos. But this one's already getting close to 30 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video now. So death waits for us. So I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. That's it for me for now. Peace out, and I will see you later.